Hi, so today I will be talking about social media and how social media has kind of related to body image issues. So through this, I will talk about kind of three different things. I will talk about kind of the history of body image issues and how it has related to social media, the different apps and how they affect how people view themselves, and some positive changes that are kind of starting to be made more kind of in more recent years. So through the history, kind of with older media and kind of the beginning of social media and ads, um, companies often posted people of a certain body size and would only post certain of that body people of that certain body size. And that kind of created an unrealistic expectation for people who were looking at social media and kind of they were comparing themselves to them. It also didn't include like any different body sizes, which for people growing up and seeing that kind of made them feel bad about themselves or had them comparing themselves to these images of these people who were likely models or actors and they couldn't really compare to them. Media did have a certain expectation of what they thought a man or woman should be. And for men, this was often kind of like a lean but strong man, most often showed. Or for women, this was kind of like a petite, thinner woman. Um, and social media created kind of an unhealthy environment for children because they were just showing this idealized body size that they thought everybody should be seeing. So we do have so many different apps now that we do post on social media for, and this has kind of created a plethora of body image issues because we have been comparing ourselves to others, and especially between different apps. So apps like Instagram and Snapchat are kind of more anxiety inducing for people because of the environment that kind of comes with those two. It it kind of encourages people to edit their pictures and kind of put their best pictures forward and feel like they look good in those pictures. Whereas apps like Facebook, it's kind of a more like written driven app that is like a written blurb posted, but also includes like a couple pictures, but often aren't edited. And so people are less likely to compare themselves in those pictures. Apps like Instagram and Snapchat, you're editing your pictures, you're following like celebrities or people you know, and you're comparing yourselves to them and the edited images, and it's kind of creating a low self-esteem kind of problem where people are comparing themselves to each other and they're starting to feel bad about themselves. Especially with like celebrities or like influencers, you can't really like compare yourself to them. Like it's yeah. Here I found a graphic kind of talking about children and teens and how media has affected kind of like how they see themselves on on social media. So the first one talks about how 35% of children and teens are worried about being tagged in a photo that they think they don't look good in. A lot of times, this is like your friends or like your parents will post a picture of you, and it can create anxiety for someone if they don't feel they look their best, and they'll be worried that people see it and kind of maybe like think differently about them or judging them based on how they look. Um, the second one is 27% of children and teens are stressed about how they look in photos posted online. This often has to do with editing photos and how like on Instagram and Snapchat, people do heavily edit pictures, whether it's like a filter or on applications like Photoshop, where you are like clearing up like acne, putting on like more makeup through like Photoshop, or even like sometimes people change the way their bodies look. Um, and that kind of creates unrealistic expectations for yourself and for others. It's creating kind of an environment where people feel like they have to edit their pictures in a certain way. And the third one is that 22% felt bad about themselves if their photos were ignored. So, obviously, with the apps that we post on, like Facebook and Instagram, you can be tagged in them, um, and or reposted, and people often see the pictures based on numbers of likes, and people start to like feel their self-worth based on the amount of likes that they get on apps like Facebook and Instagram. Thankfully, Instagram has incorporated a new feature where you can turn off comments and likes. So that kind of takes away kind of the self-worth or self-comparison kind of aspect of you comparing yourself to your friends or people who post pictures or come up on your feed. And if maybe your last Instagram got more likes than this previous one, you may become like more self-conscious about how you look in it. And this kind of takes away from some of the like stigma behind getting likes on images. So now something positive. So there has been, of course, with TikTok and more introduction of body positivity influencers. So this can be people who are fitness influencers or fashion and lifestyle influencers, and tell they are confident in themselves and they show their viewers that it's okay to have kind of like down days, but then you also have good days where you like feel okay about yourself, and they just try and show their try and show their viewers that it doesn't matter what you look like as long as you're doing something that you love, like it's okay, live your life. And a lot of times like there are fitness influencers who do talk about how they feel bad about themselves, but that's okay, they just go on to the next day and then kind of flow with it. There are also much more inclusive media and advertisements. Like here on the left, I have a picture of a sustainable clothing company, and they are showing in their advertisement people of all different shapes, all different races, and they are basically showing their customers that it's okay. Their clothes are made for people of all different body sizes, and that it's okay to be any different body size. And you don't have to feel kind of like worried about that, and that their company is supporting you for your body, whatever body size you are, or your ability, or whatever. Yeah, thank you so much. And here are my sources.